Hi guys, and in today's video I am going to show you something. I'm going to show you something that I'm pretty hyped about. So in this cage right here is a giant African praying mantis, which is around 15 months old. So it is a pretty old mantis. But it has actually shed into adulthood around 3 weeks ago. So they normally in adulthood live around 4 months. So I'm not sure if it's going to live that, because that would be so long, like almost a record. But if it does, I'll be very, very, very happy. So, oh yeah, this is the new setup in here, by the way. These two cages here are morning geckos. This one is a giant shield mantis, and this one is a giant African mantis. Then that's a lucky gecko. And I've got more animals, but you know, there's some. Right, so. Yeah, I did get the right cage. This is Oak. So this is Oak. My giant African praying mantis. As you can see, pretty big. It's eaten a good meal. So yeah, this is Oak. Like I say, female. One I can tell. One, because the wings are shorter than the abdomen. Two, they normally have to have maximum 6 lines in the abdomen, and this one has, I haven't actually counted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines on the abdomen. So this is definitely a female. And these guys do lay oothekas. With a male or not, they will lay oothekas, but they will lay them without being fertilised. If they don't have a male, they will just lay them, though. So yeah, this is a female. I prefer the females by far, for definite. She's getting a bit slow, but I reckon she'll live for another 2 months by the looks of her. She's had a meal, but I think the problem is, because my friend's been having her for a while, she's just put the crickets in her cage and just left her to eat. There's a big problem with that. So if you do that, or if you're going to do that, this is why you shouldn't. These guys will just eat and eat and eat and eat, even if it makes them sick. See, look, she's very, very overweight. And she cannot carry her own body weight. This is the problem, and this is why she is like this. So I am probably not going to feed her for over a week now, and then I'll give her a nice meal, because she is definitely in a position where her abdomen could split. So she's in a bad state at the moment, but as you can tell, she can't really move too much. But she's not going to die at the looks. She isn't going darker coloured. Her face isn't dropping. But yeah, she's definitely overweight. As you can tell, she's absolutely fine. But she tried to fly then, but she can't fly because she's too heavy. So yeah, I am going to put Oak back, and I'll talk to you a little bit about this species. Hi guys, again. I don't know why I said hi guys, but again, I'm back. Back in her cage. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these guys and the size of these guys. Now that is a full-grown giant African praying mantis, because they have wings when they're adults. They can get bigger than that, but she is around average size, I would definitely say. With the abdomen, it makes it look a bit bigger. Females do tend to be a lot bigger than the males. Males tend to be more skinny. The wings tend to be further off than the abdomen itself, so the wings tend to be a lot longer on the males, and you can definitely tell they look a lot more stick-like and a lot thinner, the males. These guys are one of the larger species. They can get around 4 inches, if you're lucky, 4.5 to 5, but that's not what you see every day. So yeah, so my female is around 3.5 to 4, so she's not massive, but she's big. So yeah, she's around average size. I've kept, I'd say, about 5 giant African praying mantises, and this is the second biggest. I had one called Marley, which got around that big, which is bigger. Now these guys normally are in two colours, normally in like a teal kind of green and a oaky colour, hence why it's called oak. So all the hatchings that I got this one from were, like, some started off green and then they molted and then they were oaky coloured. That can happen. I had a female that had that all the way up until its last shed, and it was that colour at adult. Not oak, but one that I had before oak. Now, these guys do tend to be mistaken for giant Asian praying mantises, which is another species that do look like this, but they're not as commonly found in an oaky colour. They're normally in a green turquoisey colour. Probably my favourite species of mantis, I'll have to say. They're gorgeous, and I've had around 18. I'd had a lot of those things. They last, like I say, at the most a year and a half. But yeah, amazing species. Another one that they are mistaken for, but not as much, because these guys are around the same size, but they're not as fat. I'll give it that. They're not fat, but not as wide. Malaysian blue mantis. This is a species that I'm fairly more new to. I've got three at the moment, but I've had around 5 in the past, compared to some species that I've had over 20, like the shield mantis. At the moment, I've got 5 shield mantises, so I've definitely got a lot of those. So yeah, that is the giant African mantis size and everything. Now I'm going to talk about its feeding and all of its needs. So the giant African mantis does eat the same stuff pretty much as all of the other species. Some require moths, some require flies, but she is on small locusts, medium locusts at the moment. Like I say, she's eaten too much. But like I say, some species you can't feed big ones because they don't get as big, like my Malaysian flower mantises. They can get around 2 to 2.5 inches, which is not very big. So yeah, they're not a very big species. But these guys are. So they normally eat stuff around half their size to 3/4 of their size. They can actually eat stuff double their size in the wild. They're very, very, very good predators, but they normally get dominated at that point. They normally do get killed. They have been known to eat small rats, lizards, frogs, other mantises, which is very common because they do that in mating mostly. So yeah, they can eat a lot, but it is kind of dangerous. In captivity, they normally do just get fed on crickets, fruit flies, worms. She has tried Morio worms in the past, but I've only tried her on a couple because obviously they bite. So yeah, humidity, not the most humid needing species like the orchid mantis. They need more humidity than a lot. Compared to some mantises that they need their own airflow and fog systems, not a lot of them. These guys are one of the easiest and hardiest ones, so they can survive on a spray every other day, every 3 days, but the best way to do it is 1 spray a day. You can do it 2 sprays a day, it won't harm them, but 1 spray a day I think is bang on. I personally don't like the idea of every other day and every 3 days, and no, because they are a very humid needing species. And twice a day I don't mind, but it can, like, especially when they're babies, they can drown in it. So yeah, that is pretty much it for these guys. They don't really need any heating requirements. They can live a faster life and a healthier life with a heat mat, but without a heat mat they will be absolutely fine, but they will slow their life down a little bit. Like, they will last longer. But yeah, that is pretty much them. So, if you did like this video, please like, subscribe, comment down below anything you want, like any other videos you want me to do, because I will read the comments. I read them twice a week. I haven't actually had any comments yet, so please be the first. And if you want a video being made, any information, any questions, I will answer them and I will make videos out of them. I promise every single comment that you put down, you want a video made out of it, I will do a video made out of it. So, because I don't get a lot of comments, if any, if you do get one, well, you're going to have a video about it. And if you want, just put in the comment if you want a shout out, and I will say your name of the person who requested the video. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.